I can read what this says now. But it's a name. Air! Whoa! The name made it light up.
It's the name of one of the Valkyries. That's quite curious.
Cool. I went the wrong way.
So when we get to the boat, we can either look for that special chisel now, or go exploring for a little while. I'm happy with whatever you want to do.
Let's go explore.
Which way to the chisel?
Keep rowing towards the statues of the oarsmen, then thread past between them.
Mimir, you never did tell me why Freya spit in your face.
Well, she blames me in large measure for her present circumstances, and not totally without reason. It all goes back to the long war between the Aesir and Vanir. Prior to that, wars for the Aesir were easily won, but the Vanir had proved their equal and exacted devastating damage. Both sides suffered tremendous losses, and for many of us, quite frankly, war was simply no fun anymore, but a rather senseless waste of precious life. Wouldn't you agree, brother? Precisely. Enough was enough. And at last, Odin's most brilliant advisor became determined to find a more enlightened path. He set about to broker a peace between the gods. It took some convincing, but ultimately Odin was persuaded to marry his deadliest enemy, a certain Vanir goddess, legendary not only for her fertile beauty, but her genius at the very Vanir magic that Odin had long aspired to master.
Freya married Odin? What was in it for her?
It was a sacrifice to protect her people, a selfless act of love. Truly, she deserves better than she got. But of course, there's more to that story.
Ready and wait!
That was difficult.
Oh, that was. to be a way around. Oh. There it is. Man. Oh, come on. We gotta shoot these things. Oh, I gotta take a boat over here.
I can't believe Odin and Freya were ever married.
Love and hate are more closely intertwined than you might imagine. For instance, Odin hates the giants and they him. But Thor's own mother was the giantess Fjorgun, one of Odin's great loves. And we'll pick this up later.
Hey, buddy, what's up? What are you up to? What's my buddy up to? Now, if you, well, I know you're never gonna play a game, but did you ever get a chance to fucking play God of War? Fuck was that? Dude, it blew me away. I thought it was just like God of War, but no, this is like, it's like totally hard to explain. It's just not the same since I left, huh? Oh, what is that? I hate goodbyes. Are you like clapping or something? What the hell's that noise?
So you were saying Thor is half god and half giant? That's so weird.
Aye. But Odin and Fjorgun's love was true. Once Fjorgun was gone, lonely ages passed for Odin. And as war with the Vanir raged, I could see what he really wanted beneath his bluster. You know what? I'll tell this one later.
Yeah, instead of Kratos' normal weapons, he's got an axe. It's an ice axe. And dude, he throws it, and you just hear it hit whatever he throws it at, and then he recalls it similar to like Thor does. It just flies right back to his hand, and it's like it's so fucking badass. Are you cocking your gun? Is that what you said? Popping your... When you're trying to annoy your friend, pop it's like it's hot. I went to scratch my nuts and it fucking... tip of my dick wasn't supposed to be there. It's like fucking pinched and rolled it.
That was good, right?
You have potential, boy.
You got it.
One more for the collection.
One more total boy.
Watch the poison! I'm ready!
Piece of cake. Nice. What's up? Yeah. After all that, you missed. I was watching the second Matrix movie yesterday, and he's like, me, me too. It's just funny. Me.
So you were saying Odin was lonely? That's why he was always at war?
Nothing quite so simple. But I hoped that love might temper him and give us a chance for peace. And after no small amount of convincing, Freya agreed. For a while there, he really turned on the charm. He seemed happy. He seemed interested in making her happy. He granted her so many wishes I can scarcely recall them all. The peace held, and I truly believed all had worked out better than I could have planned. You know what? I'll tell this one later.
Take that,
Oh shit.
At the ready. Sorry, not ready. I'm not ready. I'm ready. You okay? Can't beat us.
Something's dragging. Yep.
Oh there. Got another favor to ask you two.
What do you want, dwarf?
I got another lead on my old pal Andvari. Meet me at the Lawnsoother mines. There's some fancy-dancy loot in it for you.
Another lead? But we already found him. Well, found his hand anyways.
I'll explain at the mines. These ones is just south of the river pass. Now you two want something, or you just gonna stand there all gag-scrapped and slack-jawed? Pull the... ring up on Vari's hand at the Velander mines. Feller was always tampering with souls and dark rituals and matters of the night, see?
Legendary.
Just the sound of his hammer flattening metal were enough to stoke my fires all blissful. Shit, you better clear out before I get all frisky. Looks good. for Junior? What more you need? What you need. I'm sure that'll keep you out of trouble. See how that treats you. And don't be letting that spit-fister of a brother of mine lay hands on it again. That ought to fix whatever you let my brother do to it.
No, this game, like, there's so many, like, abilities. I want that. Breath of Thamar. I don't want to spend a lot.
Where were we on that other thing?
Like, I probably sank about 15 hours in this game so far, and I've only fought 2 bosses. One of them was a god, and it was probably the most badass fight I've ever had in any game. Dude, it was like... It's a third-person game, like, with the camera over his shoulder.
What's got you all bumfuzzled over there?
This is
Get
like
going.
years after Kratos' he's now in Norse mythology. He transferred to a different realm, so he's no longer in Greek mythology. He's in Norse, so he's fighting like Thor and Odin and Freya's in it. But they're way more hardcore than, and it explains like a lot of their, like the, I guess the lore behind it. But I fought and I killed this one guy. His name is Aesir. Or, no, his name was... What the hell was his name? But he couldn't feel pain. And, dude, him and Kratos' fight was badass, dude. You're over here getting punched into a mountain. Like, into a mountain with the camera following you. And you're just, like, stuck. You're just, like, rah! Breaking out of it. No, it's just fucking badass. Like, it explains, like, the lore behind Tyr, that dude with the axes, that I guess is a hunter of some sort. And then, they were talking about Fafnir. I think he's the one that turns into a dragon. He's
so
got, like,
Frey's marriage wasn't that bad?
Yeah, he's got, like, a
while it
collection
truly
of
wasn't.
And I was
But
trying to get
Odin's
like a
true
wet
face
stone
showed
from him.
itself again in the end.
But
Oh, he won Freya's trust, and she
Pretty cool.
taught him some of her Vanir magic, another choice he would live to bitterly regret. Sadly, despite his wise counsellors' best efforts to persuade him that peace was the only true path to stave off Ragnarok, Odin never let go of his obsession with Jotunheim. The taste of Vanir magic led him to new forms of experimentation and new levels of depravity.
You want a beach here?
alright. You don't have to.
Come.
Betty. Oh yeah, did you chew his ass real quick?
What's got you all bumfuzzled over there? Get going!
Oh, almost forgot. Brock, this is our new friend Mimir.
We've met.
Oh, why didn't you say...
Come, boy.
The light's so shitty in this game. There's a torch, but it has no ambient light whatsoever.
Hey,
Let's plug this with this. Dang it. Nice. A buddy of mine were playing Rainbow, and it's fun and all. If you can get at least 2 people to play, but the more you have in a group, the way better it is. Even if you don't win, like at least you're communicating.
okay. Obviously the marriage to Odin didn't last. But how did Frey end up a hermit in the woods?
Oh, that was a singular piece of cruelty, even for Odin. As if the marriage wasn't punishment enough. Freya was better to him than he deserved. She stuck it out through all manner of indignity, all in the name of maintaining peace and safety for her people. But Odin's madness, his tyranny, his corruption of her magics, it became more than she could stomach, and at long last she broke it off. You know what? I'll tell this one later.
Goddamn right.
Focus on the battle.
Take this! Watch out! I take it!
Look out! You don't look too good.
Hello, dude. Stop fucking me. I'm in the same goddamn spot.
Watch out! On my way! Up you go! I wanna go! Sorry, not ready!
Have you considered a tactical retreat?
Fire! Incoming! I'm not ready! Fire! Incoming!
And that's fucking tough.
Need more time! Ready to go now! Ain't yet! Fire! Incoming!
tough. I don't know what it is. I'm just like starting to play shitty. I need some healing. I'm hurting.
You gonna be okay? That's it? Thought they'd be tougher.
Fuck. He opens chests like they're nothing now. Or some chests he'll just like punch them open, just... Goddamn right. Nice. Excuse you. Oh, why I never. She doing dishes or something?
Still can't believe he ate it. There's something down there.
Alrighty. Later, buddy.
Mimir, get to how Freya ended up living in the woods.
She'd finally reached her limit with Odin and broke things off. Odin's wrath was fierce, and his curses upon her were more than she dared to fear.
But her magic was so much stronger than his.
After so much time together, he knew her vulnerabilities and exploited them to craft curses she could never break.
Oh, like not being able to leave Midgard.
Worse still, he robbed her of her warrior spirit. Freya cannot fight, even to defend herself. No living thing may she harm by blade nor spell. In a world this belligerent, what choice does she have but isolation?
Poor Freya. I guess if I was her, I'd spit in your face too.
Aye, lad. So would I.
Should we dock on this beach?
Who decided to show? Talk to this here ring.
What? I can't hear thoughts from rings, Brock. It's talking to me! It's Andvari!
Ha! Knew it.
He says he went to the Velnder mines to observe his mistake, but then the Soul Eater attacked, so as he was being ripped apart, he cast a spell that removed his soul and put in this ring. And then he...
What about all his stuff?
Huh?
Andvari had a workshop here with all sorts of posh doodads and ornatory tools, and one beaut of a hammer. You make mention of it still in there?
You're upsetting him.
Your point? You fellas take Andvari with you and go have a look-see. If you find his hammer, I'll whip up something real nice for you. Hey now, don't go forgetting your entry stone. What'll it be? Was that all there is?
Invari isn't happy about us taking his stuff.
I do not care.
I'm not gonna tell him that. Enemies. Can we fight them? Okay, here we go. Sorry, not ready. Look out, behind you. Behind you. Need to find a healing stone. Coming. It's up ahead. Right behind you. Watch out, Watch out! I'm not ready. Looks like we got them all. Invari says this dwarf was part of his crew, that he died because of his mistakes. He sounds sad.
The ring's grief is of little importance, boy.
Oh, he did not like that. He's warning us not to go down there.
Stop listening to the ring, boy. It cannot be trusted.
Behind you, watch out! Right flank, incoming!
Don't go! At the ready.
fast. Ah, what awful pain.
Silence that ring, boy.
I don't know how. A soul eater.
And a traveler. Guard up.
Here we go. On your left. Need more time. I'm set. That armor's up. Watch out! How was that?
Better.
What do we do with that?
We will...
A dead soul eater. What's a soul eater even doing here? What do you mean it's your fault?
Boy, ignore him.
It's sort of tough for me to ignore. He says this chest will trigger a bunch of traps.
I see no traps.
Sounded so sure about it. Andvari says his workshop is up there. But I know. Don't trust the talking ring.
Uske batanina!
Almost ready! Help me win! Almost there! Help me win!
Done. Boy.
Father, please, just listen. Andvari's crew did something bad here. He's glad you destroyed his lab, and he's sorry he kept trying to trick us. His hammer is just through this gate.
Here. Boy.
Sir. Okay. That's going in the journal.
This is a fine hammer.
Invari says thank you. Can we keep him?
We will talk to the blue one.
You two find that hammer, or you too busy looting every keyhole and cranny? Moving on, then.
Here. The alchemist's hammer. His spirit is a nuisance.
Nah, Andvari always was an asshole. Hell of an alchemist, though. Hand him over here and I'll melt him down.
What? You're going to melt down your friend?
A trapped soul's what I need to give your reward some extra oomph. You don't want it?
Father, we can't do that. Here, you hold on to him. He's really useful, I promise.
Fine. So long as he proves his worth.
Kid's a bit of a softie, huh? Well, he'll grow out of it.
Hey, Brock. Could you take... Take a look at this?
What you got for old Brock? See, you boys ran afoul of some travelers. Or them travelers ran afoul of you, more like.
Who are they? What do they want?
Dunno. Oh, you ask a lot of questions.
Can't you and Sindri just patch things up? Whatever happened couldn't be all that bad. You're family.
Now don't be lecturing me about family. I ain't the one what forgot what our name stood for. What we made, the weapons we made were legendary across 9 realms for more years than I can count. You just don't throw that away on account of one bad...
One bad what?
One bad nothing. Ain't you got somewhere to be?
Mimir, there was a shrine about a giant lady with lots of books and visions.
Ah, that would be Groa, the Knowledge Keeper. She was a gifted sorceress who gathered every tome of arcane wisdom she could find in the realms, all in the hopes of augmenting her powers of prophecy, that she might find her lost husband, Arvandil. But it was not her husband she would glimpse in her visions. For it was Groa, seeing longer and farther than any before or since, who witnessed Ragnarok, the end and the beginning. When Odin caught word of her ultimate prophecy, he maneuvered to obtain her knowledge and hoard it for himself. Groa knew Odin as a long-time patron of her services, and so she welcomed him into her library as a friend. What she did not know is that Odin himself was behind her husband's disappearance, having used his enchantments to conceal his death at Thor's hands from her sight. Smiling, jealous Odin took her by the throat, and with his very hands he stole her library and her life for his own.
I always knew Odin was bad, but that's just...
Ruthless, barbaric, heartless? That's Odin. In fact, we would do well to sit here in silence for the next few moments and reflect on Odin's capacity for cruelty. And so...
Reflect longer.
You want a beach here? Switching arrows! I'm set! This weak spot's open! Look out, brother! Ilsa! Not yet! Down, father! We did it! Well, it was mostly you.
Look here.
Yes, sir. Treasure map. All right. Wow, there was another shipwreck under the water. What's that down there?
Ed, you are full of stories. When will you tell one that entertains?
I beg your pardon?
He just insulted you.
Yeah, I got that. So you want a corker, do you? Very well, my brothers. I'll tell you the story of Hrungnir, the brawler. The real story.
There was a huge battle, right? His shrine had him in the middle, fighting off Aesir.
A pretty story, but no. Hrungnir, you see, was born with neither head nor heart. So the giants had to complete him with stone. Or I can just tell you the story later.
think we have a complete set of those now.
Nice.
We found it!
Hey, the boat captain's treasure. Ooh, there's something good down there. But I'm not done exploring yet. Ooh, some goodies over there too. Oh, I don't know where I want to go. Let's finish exploring this. Maybe I get later. I get like some sort of cool. Give me your goodies. Oh shit.
Almost ready! All set! Watch out!
You gonna fucking block, or are you gonna just sit there and take the fucking damage?
I'm ready!
fucking kidding me? You gotta be fucking shitting me.
On my way! Let's go! Almost got
Wow. Like in the middle of a fucking combo and he's just sitting there taking it. Okay, come on. Get away from him.
I'm set!
Dude, what the fuck is the point on having these abilities if nothing happens? It's just unfazed. I have to fight him like a fucking cheap-ass. Oh my god, he fucking teleported towards me to hit me.